What is up, people? It's TheJubilantGorilla here, and welcome to the second episode of Storytime. In the first episode, we spoke about YOLO moments, and that was a load of fun, a few good stories in there, so make sure to check it out. That'll be linked down below in the description. But in this episode, we are going to be talking about cars and cyclists, which is kind of a funny topic. Cyclists hate cars, cars hate cyclists, and I'm both a driver and also a cyclist, so it's kind of a funny topic for me. But I have a couple of stories here, and basically the main topic of this is maybe drivers should consider cyclists a little bit more, or maybe cyclists should cycle a little bit more safely. That's completely down to you, and that depends on your opinion. I don't really know myself, but I've had a few instances where I've had to really think about the way I cycle, just because cars don't seem to consider you that much. So I have two stories for you guys today. The first one is basically I was cycling with my friend and we were cycling around the city. We actually cycle fixie bikes. If you guys haven't heard what they are, make sure to check them out. It's a really cool type of bike. What it means is basically the rear cog on the bike is fixed, and that means that your pedals always go round. So they're kind of originated in New York, and they're used as messenger bikes. They're really quick and really good for kind of delivery. You can weave through traffic, and it's just a great kind of bike to ride around. So we were riding these, and my friend actually had to go away, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to cycle home. It was about a 20-mile bike ride home, but I've done it before, and I decided to commit to it and go for the bike ride and actually do it. About 5 minutes into this cycle ride, I was going at a good pace around a corner. A car decided to pull out really close in front of me, absolutely not considering how quickly I was going, and I had to slam on my brakes. It all happened in a really small second of time. I slammed on my brakes, but I was going around this corner. There was no chance of me staying up, so I fell off my bike. I hit my face on the floor, smashed my knees into the floor, my knuckles, both my elbows, and I was absolutely out for the count. Luckily, no car was behind me, so I didn't get run over, which I guess is the positive side of this, but I smacked my head, and I was so shocked. I managed to get up relatively soon and go and sit on the side of the pavement. The car didn't stop. I was just sitting there pretty shocked. A lot of blood was everywhere, but luckily it could have been a lot worse, and I managed to survive, I guess you could say, but I didn't come out of it too badly, and there were no broken bones, just a few scabs. But that's one thing that makes you think maybe cars should really think about how quickly cyclists go, because you have different types of cyclists. You have some people that are just riding city bikes that don't really go very quickly and just kind of amble along, and then you have other people like me, or like proper road cyclists, who are going really quick and actually training, or trying to cycle at a certain speed. The second story for you guys with the same matter is, again, I was actually cycling to college once, and I was cycling down this road. I was also with my friend. He was in front of me this time though, so he didn't actually see what happened. But I was cycling along. This is kind of a bad story and also a miracle, but I was cycling along and there was loads of traffic on my side of the road and on the other side of the road. But I was in the cycle lane, so I was just going along, and luckily I could go at a good speed and I wasn't getting held up by the traffic. But a van from a road on the side of this main road decided to try and pull out, but there was no gap in the traffic on the other side. So what that meant is he was trying to fit into a invisible gap that wasn't even there. So he drove out, going across my lane on this road and not being able to squeeze into the other lane. And what that meant is the whole body of the van was blocking the whole lane of my road, blocking the cycle lane and blocking the cars on my side. So this happened all again in such a small amount of time, like a tiny split second. He pulled out. I was nowhere near far enough away in order to slam my brakes on in time, so I just smacked into the side of this van going full pelt. But there is a but here. I actually somehow, I don't know, there's got to be some higher force up there that helped me out, but I smacked into the side of this van. I don't know how my front wheel didn't pop or break or smash or anything like that, but I smacked into the side of this van and bounced off it, basically. I hit the side really quick, bounced back, and somehow managed to stay standing up on my bike, which doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know how it happened. I was pretty shocked and surprised. It all happened in such a small period of time, but I hit into the side of this van and going full pelt. I made it wobble a little bit, but I somehow managed to bounce back, stay up on my bike, thought about the moment for a couple of seconds, and then just kind of cycled on. Once he'd moved out of the way, I just carried on cycling, and eventually got to college absolutely fine. No bruises, nothing bad actually happened, but it could have been a lot worse. So there we go, that's a topic for you guys to think about. Do you think that cyclists should cycle slower, cycle lanes should be made safer, or do you think that cars should be more considerate of cyclists and actually, be made to watch out for cyclists and consider the speed that the cyclists are actually going? If you guys have any opinion on this, make sure to leave it down in the comment section. It'd be really cool to discuss this with you guys. Let me know if you are cyclists or if you are drivers, and it's a great topic to discuss. But there we go, that's the second episode of Storytime. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I play loads of stuff on my channel, so make sure to check it out. And if you haven't seen the first Storytime, it will be linked in the description. But there we go, people. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.